Hey guys, the girl here. Oh, nope, wrong channel. This is the business of art. Oh my goodness. Oh, need some more coffee. All right. Let's see. Okay, just getting set up here. All right, hair disaster as normal. That's okay. I'm me. That's how it is. So I hope everyone is having an excellent Saturday. And we've got the holidays coming up, lots of good stuff. So, hey Tina, as part of the whole like setting our goals for the next year, I want everyone to learn a little more about YouTube if you're building up your YouTube channel, so that you can actually see what realistic goals you need to set and what you need to do to get to those goals. So we're talking specifically about building up your YouTube channel today. And first things first is you need 4,000 watch hours and 1,000 subscribers to monetize your channel at all. Now that doesn't mean you're going to then start making thousands and thousands of dollars, but you can actually start making money, and within a few months of monetizing your channel, you could be making some serious dough. I think it took me, after monetizing my channel, it took me 4 months to start making like thousands per month on YouTube, which is awesome. So I'm sure everyone could use an extra $1,000 a month doing what they love anyways, right? So how do you actually get those? I made notes. Okay, so the 1,000 subscribers is actually more or less the easy part. Honestly, I know that sounds crazy, but I would worry more about the views than anything. So you need 4,000 hours of watch time. What that translates into is 240,000 minutes. I don't know why they say 4,000 hours, because if you look at your analytics, they give you the analytics in minutes. So it's 240,000 minutes. So that sounds a bit daunting, right? But if you break it down, if you're making 10-minute videos, you're going to need, say, 240 videos with 100 views each, right? So that's what, like 5 videos a week. You could do that in 1 year, okay? Now let's say you're making a video once a day for the entire year. You're gonna have 365 videos, right? And if they're 10 minutes long, you only need 66 views on each. Now it would be actually impossible probably for you to make 365 videos and only have 66 views on each. You would have to literally like make sure nobody ever finds them. Obviously you can break that down even more. If you don't want to make 240,000 or 240 videos, but getting 100 views on one video is really not that bad. So I think if you kind of maybe give yourself that as a starting point, 240 videos, 10-minute videos, and 100 views each, you can easily get there within a year. Of course, you can do a lot more, and you can definitely get more views on your videos. Yeah, it's definitely less daunting, right? And you can also do 11 or 12-minute videos. So there's a lot of ways you can play around with that. So I would definitely kind of sit down and do the actual math. And yeah, if you actually break it down like that, it makes it much more confrontable. And the other thing too is if you add in live streams, that boosts your watch time so much. If you have a 1 hour live stream, which is 60 minutes, right? And if you have 10 people watching, right? That's 10 hours of watch time. It adds it all together. And it is so awesome sometimes to like finish your live video and get the stats, and it's like you just had 12 days of watch time. I mean, on Mixed Media Girl, I do have generally a couple hundred people watching, but seriously, that's sometimes my stats, and it's like, wow, it's exciting. So I'm gonna actually in an upcoming not live video but regular video, I'm gonna screenshot my stats. Because specifically with the business of art and Mixed Media Girl, I've done little comparisons on how often I post versus the watch time that I'm getting and whatnot. And with the business of art, originally I was doing one post a week, right? One video a week. And my stats literally look like this, right? So that's probably how a lot of yours look. And then I started doing 2 a week, and it was a little more like, right? And now I'm doing 3 a week, and it's evening out a little bit. And on Mixed Media Girl, I post a video daily. I don't know if you guys noticed that, but I work my tush off and I post a video daily. So my stats are like this. You know what I mean? You don't have that crazy dips and whatnot. So it makes a huge difference, the amount of times a week that you're posting. And real quick, I want to just touch on the a most ideal video length. There's unfortunately 2 factors in there. There's YouTube's ideal video length, and then there's your audience's ideal video length. And those may be 2 completely different things. So for YouTube, they prefer videos that are generally around 10 minutes long. Now, of course, that's if you can keep your audience's attention for most of that length. If you make 10-minute long videos and your audience watches for 10 seconds, well, they don't like that either. But your audience may like a little bit shorter videos. So I would say maybe try to do around 8 to 10 minutes would be pretty good. You can make everyone happy. Just make sure it's moving. Make sure your videos are moving. There's no like long dead pauses where people are gonna like fall asleep or click off your video. You don't want them to click off your video. You want your video to keep moving, fast-paced, good info, good communication. Just keep moving. Okay, so that's on the video length. Now we're going to go a little bit more into the title, description, and tags. Because if you think about it, you have 10 friends and a couple family members, let's just say, for example, that will always watch your videos. If you only have 12 viewers on your videos, it's going to take a really long time to build up your channel, okay? So you have to pay attention to what's called search and discovery on YouTube, and that is how are people going to find your videos. And they're going to find your videos via the title, description, the tags, and your thumbnail. Those are all very important. But if you had to pick 1 or 2 that are the most important, it's the title and description. Tags are much less important now because I think so many people abused it and whatnot in the past that YouTube actually lowered the importance on those. And thumbnail is pretty important because you want people to be like, ooh, what's that? And click on it. So if you have a thumbnail that people don't know what it is and it looks bad or whatever, they're less likely to click on it. So that's really the importance of the thumbnail. And also in terms of searchability, if thumbnails are similar, YouTube will have kind of class them together. So that is another point in terms of searchability. If you have a video that is extremely successful, or another YouTuber maybe has a video that's extremely successful and you're doing another similar video, it would behoove you, it would be a good idea to have a very similar thumbnail. That way YouTube can also be like, oh, that's similar, and similar title and everything like that as well. Okay, so I actually wrote out a few different examples of bad YouTube titles and good YouTube titles in terms of the keywords and searchability. So if you have a video and you post it and it says acrylic pour video or painting video or anything like this, or just having fun. Now, mind you, I'm very guilty of this. I had videos that were like just for fun was the title. But if you think about it, no one would ever find that on a search. That's not something anyone would ever be searching for. So let's say you have a video and you title it acrylic pour video. Well, acrylic pour is a good keyword, okay? But you only have then basically 1 keyword in there that's searchable. So I would try doing something more like acrylic pour tree ring with winter colors, for example. So acrylic pour is a very good search term. Tree ring is also a very good search term. And then you have winter colors. And then you have it all together. And you have acrylic pour tree ring together as well, right? So that is nice and keyword heavy. It's not too long. You're not writing a book. You know what I mean? You don't have to like list out all the colors in the title or anything crazy like that. But that makes it a lot more searchable. Or if you wrote how to paint clouds. Okay, how to paint is searchable and painting clouds is searchable. But what if you wrote how to paint beautifully fluffy clouds with acrylic paint or something like that, right? Then you have more searchable terms, you know. Hey, so definitely beef up your titles as much as you can without making them like just annoying or whatever, you know, but put any keywords in there that should be in there. And I will tell you, if you're an acrylic pourer, acrylic pour, acrylic pouring, pour painting, those are the top 3. So I'm just going to tell you guys that if you're an acrylic pourer, write those 3 down. Those are the top 3 search terms. Tree ring is also extremely high on the list. So it's definitely higher than flip cup. It's higher than dirty pour. It's higher than clean pour. Flip and drag is also really high on the list. So if you're, in terms of techniques, flip and drag and tree ring, I think are probably the 2 top if you're an acrylic pourer, okay? And I'm going to tell you about this cool little tool. 1 second, guys, because I'm going to get you a link here. If I can find it, hopefully. Nope. Okay, I should have done this before. I thought I had it pulled up. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, a little later I'll add it into the description for you guys because I don't have it right this exact second. But there's this tool where you can actually compare keywords and see how much they're being searched. So like you could compare acrylic pour and acrylic pouring, or you could compare painting clouds with painting flowers. You know what I mean? And so that's a good tool, which I'm so sorry I don't have it right now, but I'll get it and I'll add it to the description later, okay? So keep that in mind with your video descriptions. Definitely beef up your video descriptions as much as possible. All right, titles. Now we're going to go into descriptions. So a couple things that a lot of people don't know is the first 3 lines, basically the first 3 sentences of your description are the important ones. They're the ones that YouTube is going to add into the keywords and the searchability and whatnot. So you always want to use the same keywords that are in your title in the first line of your description. You could even copy and paste, I guess, or just something similar. So let's say you're doing like acrylic pouring on Christmas ornaments, right? Then your first couple lines would be something like, this is an acrylic pouring video where I did an acrylic pour on some Christmas ornaments with, you know, acrylic paint, Floetrol, and water, blah, 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 right? So, but the first 3 sentences there have to be keyword heavy as much as possible. After that, you can add all kinds of links and whatever, you know what I mean? So if you wanted to add the link for your Etsy store, or if you're, let's say you're doing a video where you're trying out somebody else's technique and you want to put their channel in there to give them credit, absolutely do that. But the first 3 lines should be, I'm trying out this technique that I saw on so-and-so's channel where I am doing, you know, this kind of painting with this kind of paint, right? You're keyword heavy. And then underneath that, it would be, check out their channel, here's the link. So it would never be, check out so-and-so's channel, here's the link, and then a description. Don't ever do that because that will kill your searchability. Also, I'm gonna let you in a little secret that I didn't even know. When you get to like 100,000 subscribers, I think it is, you get personal mentoring from YouTube. So I have myself a private YouTube mentor. Why am I telling you this? 1, because it's very exciting and urge you to get to 100,000, okay? And 2, because I'm getting all this info directly from YouTube and passing it along to you. So if you have any questions and I don't know the answer, I go and I ask my YouTube mentor. Okay, and we do these hour-long conferences where I can ask her anything I want, and she gives me excellent info on building channels. Okay. All right. Oh, sorry guys. Tina, I don't understand your question. Please rephrase. Are we back? I hope. Let's see. Okay, are we back now? Seems so. I see myself. In case you didn't get that, Tina, I didn't totally understand your question, so please rephrase. Okay, good. Oh, hi, Johnny. Yeah, so anyways, I'll wait for you to rephrase that. And definitely anyone that has any questions, please let me know as we go along. But yeah, so I'm getting a lot of this data directly from my mentor at YouTube. So that's just another incentive to get your channel up to where you can have your own private mentor. But okay. In my descriptions, I give credit to other artists. Oh, I get your hashtags. Oh my gosh, I'm too old for this. Francis Little Art Studio, make sure your settings are set to HD because it is, it's clear on my end. So hopefully that's all that needs to fix yours. Okay. Should I be using something other than hashtag MMG in your description? I would just put that lower down just because it's not necessarily super searchable. Yeah, just put that a little bit lower down. And the first few lines just really want to describe what is in your video, what's going on. You know, like I'm doing a, whatever, you know, Bob Ross themed mountain with snow painting, la 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 la, right? So then people who search Bob Ross or painting mountains or whatever, you know, you definitely want to have those keywords at the top. It's the most important. And then in terms of tags, a lot of people don't understand tags. They think it's literally just individual words, but it could be words or phrases. So on my tags, even though, like I said, it's not as important as your title and description, but my first tag is always the title of my video. So I'll just copy and paste, and that's my first tag. So it will be like acrylic pour tree ring with winter colors. Okay, and then I'll put all of the other important tags in there. So acrylic pouring, pour painting, tree ring, acrylic pour, tree ring, right? I break all those keywords down. And Mixed Media Girl seems to be very searchable too, so I put that in there. Go ahead and put it in yours too. What program do you use to upload to YouTube? So Jules, I do everything on my phone. So I record on my phone and then I upload on the YouTube app on my phone. So that's what I do 99.9% of the time. On the rare occasions that I have to do editing on my computer, which is, like I said, pretty rare, especially since I need a new computer and my computer is so slow, then I'll just, you know, obviously upload on the YouTube website. But otherwise, I just create it on my phone and then upload right there. I use Canva for my thumbnails every single time. So if you get the Canva app on your phone, and I'll put that in the description here too, canva.com. Let's see, Canva. And I'm gonna write this keyword thing so I don't forget to put it in there too. Yeah, so I do my thumbnails on Canva, or I just take one from the video, like, you know. But if I need to add text or whatever, I'll do that on Canva. And upload that via my phone as well. And I use both the YouTube app and then the YouTube Studio app. How do you choose your own thumbnail when uploading from the phone? Okay, so here's an important thing about thumbnails. Let's go into thumbnails a little bit. So YouTube automatically chooses 3 thumbnails for you, and then they'll pick the middle one automatically. So it'll generally be somewhere right smack in the middle of your video, which could be cool, could not be cool, You never know. You have to wait and see. It doesn't unfortunately pick that until your video is uploaded. Okay? So you won't really know. But while it's uploading, you can upload your own thumbnail. So let's say you go to Canva and you create your thumbnail. You can then go and when you click upload, you can put your own thumbnail in there, or you can do it as it's uploading. So you click upload and then you go to your studio app, go to the video, it says uploading, change the thumbnail there. Whatever thumbnail it uploads, whatever thumbnail is in there when the video finishes uploading will to a certain extent be kind of stuck there, just based off of like, I don't know. I'm not like a total technological genius. I know it seems like it, but cookies or whatever. So it's better to do it while the video is uploading or before it's uploaded. Otherwise, it may kind of get a little stuck on the YouTube chosen thumbnail, at least for a while. Especially if that video is shared anywhere. I don't know if you've ever noticed, but if you share a YouTube video on Facebook and then you go change the thumbnail, and you share it again, it'll have the same original thumbnail. For whatever reason, that's just how it works. I don't know why. Anyway, so it's best to do it before. And like I said, I use canva.com to make my thumbnails. Or let's say so I did the ornaments, right? The resin ornaments. So right after I finished filming the video, I simply just took a nice picture of the ornament and used that as my thumbnail. So I had planned that already. I've started using Handbrake to condense my videos, which lets them upload faster. There you go. Yeah, you can do that. And then in terms of the editing programs, I use 2 different editing programs on my phone, because unfortunately neither of them do everything that I need. So I use Viva Video and Action Director. Those are the 2 that I use. Viva Video can actually do almost everything. So you can trim your video, you can split your video, you can speed things up, you can mute only certain clips, you can add music, you can add text, etc. And then you can export it in 720. Yeah. Let me see. Just make sure. Yeah, as 720, which is a decent quality. And it does actually condense your videos a little bit, Jules, so that's one you may want to check out. The one thing I like about Action Director is that you can crop your videos. So sometimes I need to crop my video, or if I'm doing something little, I go in there and I crop it, and then I'll do the rest of the editing in Viva Video. So there's tons of apps out there, and a lot of them have free trials. So if you're going to do everything on your phone like I do, go ahead and try out different trials of there, and you'll see what things, because you may not know what you need and want until you actively really start editing your videos on there, and then you realize that there's maybe a feature that's missing that you didn't realize you need. It is Viva Video. And I think there is one for both. I think it's both Droid and iPhone. I think it's both, so Android. Okay, good. I think that covers pretty much everything that I had to go over today. Does anyone have any more questions before I sign off? So I think I covered everything I wrote down on my paper. Going once, going twice. No? Okay. Sorry, Margaret. But yeah, definitely watch on the replay. It's not too long. And then I don't know if you guys caught the video yesterday about 2019 goals, but in a few weeks, I think I'm going to do a live video in 2 weeks, which will still be before the end of the year. And then in probably the first week of January, I'm going to, I'll schedule it on the Facebook group so you guys all know and you won't forget, but I'm going to schedule like a goal planning live video. So if by then you guys can have basically a few of your goals kind of written out in terms of like where you want to get to with your YouTube or your social media or your art sales, or you want to quit your job and do art full time, or whatever. Just write out some of your goals. Here, let me see. I have mine actually in here. I think I can give you some examples of mine. Okay, so like on my YouTube, I would like to be on Mixed Media Girl, I would like to be at least at 500,000 subscribers. I think I can actually beat that because I'm already at almost 200,000 and it's going, right? I'll be publishing my book in September, guys, so it's really exciting. I want to have the Business of Art channel monetized and making additional income for me. And I have certain income goals, right? And that will be actually near the beginning of the year, if not actually by the end of this year. I want to have the Painter in You channel monetized, and I want to be doing regular videos there. I want to lose 30 pounds. Not art related. But you know what I mean. And then I want to retire my parents, honestly. My parents are amazing, but they're old. No offense. Sorry, guys. Okay. I don't know where I cut off there. Hopefully I'm back. Let's see. Make sure. Okay, good. Yeah, anyways. I love my parents to death, but they are old and they should not have to work. Now, my dad will keep working for the rest of his life, otherwise he'd be bored out of his mind, but I don't want him to have to work. So that's a huge goal of mine. I also want a much larger house where I have a much larger art studio and can host more art shows and everything like that, so anyways, those are some of my goals. Obviously, I have a lot more. I have goals with my church and my other family members, and with me and Johnny, we have our goals together too. But anyway, so start putting that down and start really thinking with where do you want to see yourself in a year, or less, like anywhere in 2019. And then in a few weeks when we do that live video, that goal setting video, we'll go into breaking down all of those goals into actual doable steps and targets. And, because I found too, when you have, especially if you have bigger goals, if you don't break it down into smaller goals, you just get losses because it seems so big and like you maybe never do that, like if you put, I want to make $1 million, that's a dream. That's not a goal at that point, because if you have no plan to actually do that, then it's not a goal, right? But if you break it down into doable steps, then you have all these wins along the way and you keep going and you will actually make it there eventually, Okay, so I hope I gave you guys some good info today. Yeah, bigger house for art shows. Like I have a bunch of people coming over today for like a holiday party show thing. And I have hardly any place to put anything. My house is like really small, actually. My garage is the biggest area in the house. I'm not kidding. The garage is bigger than my living room and everything. But yeah. So if I missed any questions, just put them in the comments and I will try to catch them later. Or any other topics that I should cover in a future video, definitely let me know. And otherwise, I will see y'all next time. Have a fantastic rest of your weekend.